Hello everyone, I am back. It is me, it is I have returned. I had a very early arrival in Chiang Mai. As I walked into my hostel called The Yard, I immediately felt calm. It had a stunning garden. It was an amazing start to the day. And yes, there is a yard in Chiang Mai too, which is the second location of the one I went to in Bangkok. And I actually think I'm even more obsessed with this one. I dumped my bags there and then I ventured into the city to go temple hopping. I just had a really lovely smoothie bowl for lunch and I'm continuing my temple hopping adventures. I am loving Chiang Mai. It feels so much calmer. It feels so good to be back in a living city, so much more relaxed. I see so much beautiful scenery, everything's so much more spaced out. I'm even considering renting a scooter for tomorrow to get to some harder to reach places. It also just feels less heavy, less humid and less hot in Chiang Mai. Like, it's still very warm, but I don't know, it just feels a bit more manageable. Maybe also we've not reached peak heat of the day yet, so TBD on that one. But yeah, I'm in long pants because of all the temples I'm going to, and I've been surviving, surprisingly. I can't even tell you how many I went to, but I went to both touristy and non-touristy temples alike, and there were some where I was actually just the only person there, which I loved because it made me feel very main character-y for managing to find ones that were off the beaten track. I'm not a really religious person, but I always find being in such cultural spaces inspiring. Like, humans are so amazing to lovingly create these beautiful structures to illustrate their beliefs. It's really amazing. One of the ones where I was completely alone, there were these stunning paintings of different scenes, like I'm talking wall to ceiling, beautiful paintings, and this was for sure my favorite temple I saw that day. It was so lovely. I actually really wanted to do a meditation center while in Chiang Mai, but sadly all the ones that were just for one day were fully booked up, which is why, kids, you do not leave things to the last minute, and I really beat myself up over it because I'm normally super organized. It's what happens when you go with the flow. I spent a while just wandering the city and taking in its beauty. It was definitely my favorite city in Thailand. I felt so content just meandering the streets and alleys here. In the afternoon, I locked in and I rented a scooter. The guy made me drive away while he watched me to make sure I knew how to drive. It was at this moment, as I was wobbling away on the bike, that I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But luckily, the hostel was a couple of minutes away and no one was harmed. I went to a massage parlor run by ex-prisoners that evening, which is such a cool initiative, and I'm really loving all these massages. I also befriended a bunch of people at the hostel and went to dinner with all of them, which was really funny because I had mentioned I was going to this one place by myself, and next thing I know, I have like 6 people following me there, and this is why I love hostels. The next morning, a few hostelers that I went up to Doi Sutep temple in a tuk-tuk, and I felt so classic the whole time from all the winding turns. Yes, I did chicken out from taking my scooter up because people kept saying it was potentially too dangerous to do as a beginner, so I just gave the scooter to someone else to take up, like another friend at the hostel. It was a really lovely temple with a great view of the city below, and I really enjoyed it. And then right below that temple was Wat Phra, which was hands down my actual favorite temple of my entire Southeast Asian trip. It was built into nature, it was stunning, every detail was so amazing. Like, it felt like we had stumbled across ancient ruins from another civilization. He's like, please pet me, please. you caught me in the middle of eating very spicy soup. I am struggling. But I'm so proud of myself because I rode a bike the whole way here and it was fine. Basically, I rented it last night, telling myself that I was going to go up to Duisitep by myself on the bike. And then the more I talked about it with people, the more they said like, oh, it's quite windy, blah, blah, blah. And it made me start feeling quite anxious about my abilities. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't go up with the bike. And I ended up letting like an Italian friend I made, like I let him take the bike up and I went up in a tuk-tuk with 2 other girls I befriended. And then I went down on the bike with the Italian friend on the way back. And that was actually really good for me because I realized how easy it was and like how possible it was to make it work. I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna, like, I rented this bike. It was so cheap. I rented it for like 7 euros for a whole day. So it wasn't a huge loss if I wasn't comfortable riding it, but I was like, you know what, I feel more confident trying to ride it. So yeah, so I think the ride down made me realize like, oh, it actually isn't that bad. And actually I felt way less caustic going down than I did going up in the tuk-tuk. So I was like, actually this is possible. I don't have to go at a breakneck speed like the grab bikes go. So so I decided to just try at least. So I decided to go to the art village, which is like a 20-minute drive from my hostel. And it was fine, and I did it, and I'm alive, and it wasn't too scary. And I didn't go above like 40 kilometers an hour, which is my comfort zone. And that was amazing. Like I like gained confidence so quickly when I realized like the biggest thing was actually learning how to turn properly, because I wanted to like turn it, but you're meant to lean into it like you're riding a bicycle, like you lean when you turn, and that freaked me out a bit initially, but I got into it and I was so proud of myself. I was doing so like good by the end. Anyways, I was ecstatic when I arrived. I was like, I've never felt so euphoric about like, and like just so competent and capable and so proud of myself. And like, of course, I'm not saying you need to rent a scooter to like prove anything to yourself, but I think I had like such a limiting belief that I wasn't capable, and all these other people were so capable and I wasn't capable because I don't trust myself. So I'm actually really proud of myself for doing it, because I know I can do it, and it's not like, it's literally the easiest. The scooter I rented is literally the easiest scooter to use. It's like 115cc, so like not too much power. Really, it's automatic. It's really easy to use. So I was like, this is good. And Chiang Mai is like not that busy, not that intense, like not as crazy as Bangkok or Krabi or anything. So I was like, this is the place to test it out. And I want to rent a one in Laos, but I wanted some practice before I rented one in Laos. I'm having a really good day. I'm really proud of myself. Also, the temples this morning were amazing, as you've seen, I'm sure. But yeah, it was amazing. Like I think the second one that was like kind of set into the jungle just felt so much more authentic. I preferred it to the glitz and glamour of some of the other temples I'd seen before. It just felt like ancient ruins almost. It was stunning. It was so stunning. It was my favorite temple I've seen so far. There is a trail you can do to it, but it was closed when we went there. It's called the Monk's Trail, but it's temporarily closed. And I've heard the trail is really beautiful, so it's kind of a shame we missed out on it. But if you're here and it's open, for sure do it, because it's kind of like a little jungle trek for like 40 minutes, and then you're at yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this really spicy food, which I insisted for the spice. I don't know why. I think I had something to prove to them, to myself. I'm not sure. But yeah, gonna finish eating and then gonna explore the art village. still riding on the high that I did all of that driving by myself and did not die once. Even the man was surprised I came back with no scratches, and he's like, "You didn't crash once? Wow." I was like, thanks for the vote of confidence. Anyway, now I'm going to the night bazaar, which I've heard is really beautiful, so exciting. Feels endless. Such sensory overload, I can't actually process anything anymore. It started raining as I was walking home, so now I look like a giant marshmallow. It's great. And a lovely successful evening. I got a beautiful silk scarf, which I'm pretty sure is real silk, but it looks beautiful. I've been wanting a pretty scarf for ages, so I'm very excited about it. And now I am heading to bed. I am so tired from my day, but I have a really fun day tomorrow planned. I'm going on a day trip with the hostel. The next morning, I did the free yoga the hostel offers. Guys, I'm so serious. I'm literally obsessed with this place. And that day was my trip to the sticky waterfalls, once again organized by the hostel. Thank you very much, Theod. I act like I'm sponsored by them. This was so trippy. Basically, the rocks are like quite rough or quote unquote sticky because of the high level of mineral deposits. So it stops algae from forming and making the rocks slippery, if you wanted that biology lesson. In practice, this is super cool because you literally can walk up 3 sections of the waterfall and it looks very strange watching people do it. There are some parts though that are a little slippery or steep, hence the ropes towards the end. And I did see one person kind of slip, so it's definitely not a perfect system, but it was such a cool experience. And we were like children. We did it 2 times. We were like, again. I had a nice chill afternoon reading in the hostel garden, chatting with newfound friends, and in the evening, a big group of us went to Northgate, which is one of the most famous jazz bars in Chiang Mai. Something I didn't know about Chiang Mai before is that it's really well known for its music and art, which I think is also why I love the city so much, because it's really pumping with creativity and quirkiness. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around.
And to be honest, like 10 years ago is 10 years ago. Are you going to Pi?
I don't know.
Yes, let's go.
Maybe one day, one night.
The next day was my final morning and I had a lot of work to do. So I went to a cafe nearby, worked for a few hours before once again heading to the airport, this time en route to Laos. And so the saga continues. I'm back, baby. I'm going to be more consistent with my posting of my travels. Maybe, no promises. I'm really stressed at the moment, but I'm going to try.